transcending history and the world, a tale of soul and swords, eternally retold.
After finally getting the PS1 in 1997, one of the first games I played for the system was Soul Blade. It was released the same year for PlayStation and year before for arcades. It was published and developed by Namco and named Soul Edge in Japan. This game fully introduced me to 3D fighting games and showed the potential of PS1. It still feels very nostalgic when I see screenshots from this old beauty. I still have the image of that weird S&M guy, Valdo, from the front cover in my head. This title is the predecessor of the Soul Calibur game from 1998, which wasn't released on PS1, but on Sega Dreamcast instead. The story of the game revolves around a mystical sword called Soul Edge. It takes place in the 16th century with 9 warriors from around the world searching for this sword. Each character also possesses a sword or weapon of some kind. My personal favorite is a Japanese female warrior Taki, who also appeared on the official UK PS1 magazine cover. Namco was really good at creating backstories for fighting game characters, and that's mostly why I preferred their fighting games over others when I was growing up. It is just a little bit shame that they didn't include CGI cutscenes here at the end like they did in Tekken series. But at least you can see in-game graphics cutscenes, so better than nothing. I think I won't lie here when I will say that this is one of the best looking games on PS1 out there. I was really surprised when I played this game for the purpose of this review and found out that the graphics are still beautiful to look at. Character models are very detailed, especially during close-ups after each win. Backgrounds are maybe not as great as in Tekken, but they do the job very well indeed. Soul Blade plays like a dream because it is very easy to pick up and play without any previous practice. Moves and combos are fast and fluid, nothing feels slow or unresponsive. Using the weapons also feels very natural, and when you learn some extra tricks, they can do some considerable damage to your opponent. The major difference between this and Tekken is that you can push your opponent out of the ring and win the whole battle, even when you were about to lose. I didn't like this feature in the past, but I loved it now. There were a couple of times when my opponent had advantage over me, but I managed to shove him or her out of the ring. Very nice touches when there is a water around and you or your opponent falls out of the ring and splashes into it. There are 10 routes to complete to beat the game, plus the additional 11th one where the main antagonist, Pirate Cervantes, transforms into a skeleton and his name changes to Soul Edge. This battle can be very difficult even on the easiest mode. Speaking of which, this game is not easy, but with a lot of practice and good strategy you can master it pretty quickly. Just like in Tekken, there are several modes here. The main one is the arcade mode, where you can see all the characters' cutscenes after completing it. Survival mode is always fun, trying to hold on as much as you can, while your health is not fully regenerated after each battle. Team battle is an ideal option for playing with friends, where you can pick certain number of characters, and the one who loses all of them first loses the whole battle. Interesting mode is the Edge Master, where you travel around the world with your character. You are moving on a map and reading some backstories to each location or fight. You also have to win each fight by doing something different, for example only defeating your enemies by throwing them or pushing them out of the ring. It adds a nice extra replay value to the game. After completing this mode you can view the weapons you unlocked in the weapon mode. Soundtrack and sound effects are very good. The game even shows you the name of each song before the battle. Character voices are also well done, but for me it was mostly the sound of weapons and hits that stands out compared to other fighting games of that era. There is also a narrator who tells you that the grueling battle has been won by after each match. Overall, I will give the Soul Blade 9 out of 10. It is almost the perfect fighting game that is not better than its cousin Tekken, but still plays amazingly. If there would be some additional characters to uncover or cinematic CGI cutscenes at the end, it would be a perfect 10, I think. The cover arts are different for each region, as you can see here. Let me know down in the comments what do you think about this game, if you have ever played it, or if you have some memories connected to it. At the time of the review, the price of this game on eBay is about $10 for Japanese versions, and $20 to $30 for versions from other regions. I hope you enjoyed the video. If yes, you can give a like, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell to receive PS1 reviews every week. That is all for me for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.